drug addicts. I'm not saying that
I
at
know.
all, right? I'm not trying to
I
be a
know.
dick, but I'm just saying there's only so much like care I'm going to give someone or like, you know, feel bad for someone
Well,
because
yeah.
they made the choice, you know?
Yeah, and if they don't wanna better themselves and they don't care about themselves enough to do that, it's really hard for the people around them to continue caring when they don't, you know? It's really
Exactly.
fucking hard.
So before we do this one, we're going to look at nerds because they put a note to look at a nerds clip, right? And
Okay.
obviously we could go into nerds, but I feel like all this has already been said, so I don't want to loop.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
But I'm
I
gonna play
get
this
that.
one clip from nerds before we show this Queen's clip. It's 2 minutes and change, or actually 1.5 minutes. So let's just get into this one.
What did Tina do? I'm so sick of this narrative. I've answered it on every fucking show.
Mods ban Seek.
I don't like
Tina's
when you
the
talk
biggest.
about Albert.
No. Cry fucking wolf. Cry wolf about it again. I told the situation the exact way it happened. I'll pull up the clip from fucking Aussie if they want to see it right now. There was a stream where Tina came on and she said she was upset about me for talking about Albert. I told her the only reason I said that was because of what you said about me and what you said about my man on the show before I even came up. She had been talking shit about me for like 30, 45 minutes before I even came up on the screen and said shit to her. Okay? Let me finish. Let me finish what I'm fucking saying. We made a deal. I said I will not talk about, and Albert even came on the stream, said he wasn't even mad at me for talking shit about him.
No.
He said he was fair game, by the way. He said that. So
I know.
that's what Albert said. He's a grown ass
talked to
man.
Albert.
Listen to what he said. And then me and Tina made a deal. I said, you won't talk about him, I won't talk about him. We both hadn't done it for months. Neither of us, she didn't talk about S1K, I hadn't talked about Albert. We were cool. If we talked about each other, we left that part of it out of it. She broke that truce of it first. When she was on that stream with Yo Mama, she brought up S1K multiple times. She could have, even with Yo Mama doing that entire thing, she could have just talked
He
about me.
leaded her into that.
But that's
He
not
leaded her
that
into that.
but she could have
I
just talked about
understand.
me.
I understand your anger. Look, I talked to Albert.
And then she's
Albert's
so
cool.
down bad
Albert-
yesterday, she used DV for fucking content, bro. Come on.
Bro,
that
all
was her
I'm- all
entire
I'm saying-
stream.
Thank you, Straw Hat. Make sure you.
Yeah. So that's basically what Zay said. And by the way, stick solid. Send me some restraining classes so I can take them. I'd appreciate you, sir. You fucking troll.
What?
Stick said, take some restraining classes because I don't know how to restrain people.
We are back at it again with some good old LCU content. As always, we got the people at lolcowcafe, good old Kenneth. You know, doing their 2-hour beginning segment before they do their lolcow remind, which is getting really good and better. You know, free advertisement. I'm in a really good mood right as I'm recording this because I'm pretty sure the melatonin is kicking my ass right now, and I don't know what time I'm recording it, but I do know that the video will be uploaded late, like always. So there's always that. Besides that, they did the AI Bigfoot stuff, but I'm very shocked that Ken has not done that yet. Like honestly, like I won't lie, it'd be kind of funny to see like an AI Ken and an AI Batgirl, like a small little segment. Right, that would be actually pretty cool. I can imagine they could easily afford it, or at least have someone that can do it for them. Now, obviously, with the whole Rewind segment, they were covering the whole drama between Zay Zooted and obviously, I mean, the whole Zay Zooted situation is just completely nuts, and it does deserve its own proper video in it itself. I'm probably gonna try to get it out this weekend. Because we all know it's still going to continue onwards, right? It's not one to end in one go, right? This isn't going to be let go probably by like Thursday or till Friday. I have a feeling that it's not going to be just over and done with. Hell, I probably bet it's still going to continue all the way up to like Sunday, right? I'm just guessing. I'm just a betting man. But if I learn anything with drama on the LCU, it can last anywhere between literally a couple days to a couple, it can last literally a day to like literally weeks or days, depending on how bad it is, severity, right? Right, when we look at, let's say, the Grim situation, or really just Becky in general is a good example of this drama that's constantly happening, or the Savage, right? Yeah, there's that to think about.
A1 Discord, we're in this Discord now saying the shit they were saying. No one would survive because you couldn't handle it. And again, it's gotten way better. It is what it is. But like, this is an example, bro. Like we were talking shit, right? Just back and forth. And, I was going on with this dude, and he was like, hey guys, I'll be right back. Ken's wife's calling me. You know what I mean? Like, it's shit like that. Like, you say that shit now, it'd be a fucking uproar. You know what I mean?
Oh
And,
yeah, for
you know,
sure.
motherfuckers talking about like, whenever your wife gives birth, Ken, make sure you do a paternity test. You know what I mean? Like shit like that.
Oh my
you know?
god.
Oh yeah. That was tame. That was tame for back then. And
right.
I
Oh my god.
I got to a point I was so mad in a VC, I broke and I started crying because I was so fucking mad. Right. That's how bad it got. And y'all know I'm a calm guy. I'm a very calm person. It takes a lot. You know what I mean? And
Oh my god.
I literally, and I was like, I told this dude, I was like, bro, I swear to God, if you were in front of my face, you wouldn't be saying anything because you wouldn't be able to speak. Like, I got so mad. I was literally threatening violence. I'm like, I'm literally going to come find your ass and I'm going to put you in the fucking ground in Minecraft.
Oh my
literally,
god.
that's the shit.
I can't.
Like, y'all have no idea.
Now, Ken bringing up the old Discord back like a couple months ago, not even a couple months ago, even a year ago, right? I got involved in the Discord around, I want to say, just at the Boogie Cancel arc was at its height, right? Around that time, I got involved quite a bit, and that's when I bought my membership for the LCU, because back then the LCU was a very different place. But I'm not gonna lie, the VC, the general chat back then was brutal, and he's not wrong by saying that. If you would have, people now who are entering the Discord would have gone back then, you wouldn't survive. I know it's like the equivalent of like, oh, kids now, they wouldn't have survived the old, Halo or Halo 2 or Halo 3 chat, or even the Call of Duty chats, which is perfectly fine. You know what? Honestly, they're not really wrong. Because from my own experience, yeah, the chat back then was brutal. Like, yeah, people would try to bait the moderator to like ban them or time them out. It was wild, and kind of Ken talking about it really, really put a smile on my face. It reminded me of like back in the day, the Discord, and really LCL was a very different place. It was very chaotic and wild, and it wasn't the way it is, right? Because by the time I got banned was around the time when Grace was being Grace. That's when I got around banned around January, February. I really did enjoy that Discord. I did notice that as time went on, the Discord was becoming much more sanitized and a lot more cleaner. And it is what it is. It is what it is, right? And I understand that things have to change. Things have to move towards a different direction because the way things are set up. And, as I guess as an adult, you have to accept the fact that that's just part of the course at this point. Can it be better? 100%, but it can easily be worse. And I think as somebody who was part of the old Discord, seeing how the Discord and really just how Keem and everything has changed, I may say it's for the worse because people, you gotta pick and choose which side you want to be on, which is very ridiculous. But on the other hand, I guess if like you want to be there, you want to support your favorite show, and you only want to be in that particular general chat in VC, I guess there's nothing wrong with that either. I don't know. Maybe one day, maybe things will change and maybe it'll resemble a little bit of the old. But I think the reason he's bringing this up is because the whole thing dealing with Albert and Tina and Zezuda and her boyfriend, right? Which we'll get into that when we get into it, because I do believe, if we're never careful, the nerds did cover it. If not, we'll cover it when we get to Tina or something. We'll see what happens.
With how much your camera moves. But real quick, we have Zachiro Enigma, welcome to Cash Cow. And we also have, why is my soundboard not working? Give me a quick second before I continue. No? Okay, well that means that we get to use our new sound.
Desperate whore.
Thank you for becoming a desperate whore for the dolls. You know what? I kind of like that. Maybe we should keep that in general for our memberships.
We should.
Thank you, Zachiro, for becoming a Cash Cow member. And we have Dr. R-Word for the membership for 1 month, also a Cash Cow.
Whore.
Sweet Tea cosplay as Misa now. I mean, if anybody should be Misa, it should be Wonder Woman, because Misa has like that like really blondish hair and the bangs.
Okay. I'm waiting for this fight to happen. I'm waiting for the fucking fight
I'm
to
waiting for the
happen.
fight to
That's what I
happen
want.
too, but I think we need to ease into it just a little bit. Kind of,
Really?
I have to be
You
being
want
the
the
Edge
energy.
Queen.
No, I thought yeah, come on, Beans, you had a lot to say on Rewind. I don't want to get, come on. I want to hear what you have to say, girl.
Okay, wait.
Oh,
Are we talking
Rewind.
about Sweet Tea? Are we talking about Sweet Tea and Glammy, or are we talking about me and Rewind?
No, well, we're talking about you and Rewind and what you had to say about your co-host at the moment not bringing in the energy and you having to do everything. We got half an hour, haven't we, till Glammy turns up.
That's
Let's open the
true.
floor
That's
up, Beans.
true.
Come on.
I mean, okay. Some people are saying that you're
I
a little.
think-
So what did I say on Rewind? Well, yeah, I said that you guys don't bring the energy. There's multiple times where I'm like
No.
pressing the air horn, trying to get your energy up. Like, we barely get any super chats, we barely get any memberships because you guys are so dead. Like, I understand you guys want to make this a different show, little girly pop, like, oh my gosh, and act like a mother and like a big sister, but you also got to bring the energy. People are clicking off because you guys just can't keep it up. You're like a teenage boy that just discovered porn.
Like me and Wonder
Really?
Woman are both trying to match the energy of the room, and I feel like all three of us have the same amount of energy.
So whenever I'm
Yeah, well-
screaming and yelling about, you know, like my first time, and I'm talking about how drowning's exciting and everything else,
So monotone. You talked about it like you almost liked it, but you knew that other people weren't gonna like it, so you're like, "Oh yeah, this is what happened to me. Isn't that weird?" It wasn't freaking exciting. You weren't like screaming at the top of your lungs.
okay, so whenever you're sitting there and you're just like, oh yeah, like the topic, you guys don't even have the, I'm pretty fucking sure you guys don't even have the docket pulled up. I'm the only one that looks at the docket. I'm the only one that pulls up the goddamn clips. You guys don't do fucking shit. This is the first time I ever saw you guys basically in the docket team chat.
I don't need a fucking docket.
You don't need a
okay?
docket?
But
Try
you
to go
say,
to any other
"No, I
fucking
don't need
show
a
and try to
docket."
run a show
You
without a
say,
fucking docket, Wonder Woman.
Don't run a
Y'all
fucking
talked about
docket.
yesterday is stuff that I put into the
Okay.
docket, by the way. Everything that we
Now, you
discussed
say-
and pulled
you
up was stuff
say-
that I put in.
You say I act like a mum and just want to sit there and give some advice. Well, why don't you fucking call me out? Why don't you grow some fucking balls, Bean?
I did. I
Yesterday,
did.
no, you didn't. On the show yesterday, I was talking about giving some to the survivors and maybe victims out there and generalization for
Because I
people,
don't
you know,
think that
to
it's a
not sh-
big
No,
deal. You want me
you
to
fucking
stop
don't
you.
either. I
Okay,
hated
first
that.
of all,
I
whenever
fucking
it comes to
hated
that,
that was
I'm
so
not going to
boring.
stop you. I'm not going to stop you mid fucking sentence and then
Really?
have people
But
say that
you
I'm a
go on
fucking woman
Rewind and you
hater
fucking
or
complain
that I
about
don't
it.
care about
You
people
go
that are
on
being
Rewind,
abused. That's
you
the fucking
go
difference. I
on-
didn't think that it was that
Really?
big of a deal. But then when Zali's like, you should stop letting people walk all over you and basically take control of the show. Have you mentioned to
don't say
Wonder
nothing.
Woman?
You sit there and you say nothing, and you go on Rewind
Woman
and you
is
say
a little
something. If you fucking like what I'm saying, say it here. Are you scared to confront me on the show?
Scared to confront you?
You know-
Literally, I try to bring. How many times have I pressed this fucking button to make sure you can wake the fuck up? And all you say is, "It's 4 a.m. here. It's 4 a.m. here. I have more energy than you."
I told you to press the button because you're sitting there like a
Okay, is there any way for you?
Well, I am a man of culture. I am not gonna lie. Damn, Beans, you can pull this shit off. She can pull the goth look. Okay, no, and Wonder Woman, I'm actually quite shocked that the black really compliment Wonder Woman. I'm not trying to goon. I'm not trying to simp. Like, Sweet Tea, it's like like a Midwestern girl if you've never met one, or that like they're either really urban, country, or goth. They're like one of the three. Right. So let me be real with you. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, them kicking out Popstar was a mistake on their end. They should have probably kept Popstar and not whatever this is. The reason I'm saying that very confidently is because I felt like Popstar brought in the energy, but also because Popstar is quite controversial and some of her takes were so offhanded that they actually made her cause a lot of problem, and you two made her came down on the whole LCU because of one person common related to like things like race or just stuff of that matter. So there's that, right? 'Cause Popstar did bring in the energy, brings in the people, but at the same time, I do agree. Yeah, Wonder Woman and Sweet Tea, they don't really bring in the energy, and Beans has to do the work. It's like it's sort of true, but also like maybe you should have said this straight to Wonder Woman's face and not like been the way you did. It could have probably be a lot better for both of you rather than whatever the hell you guys are doing now. That's how I see it. Right? Right?
You're telling me because you're telling me tried to get rid of your ass several times and you still ain't gone.
That is true. If he wanted me gone, he would have made me go. Like, what the fuck?
He tried, but you fucking cry and act like a pitiful goddamn victim, but you're really a fucking predator.
He's fucking Keemstar. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. What the fuck are you talking about?
No, you know that he has something for a freaking woman crying, and you have used that to your advantage over and over and over again. But I would
Hold
like
on a
to
minute.
respond
Hold on a minute.
to Einstein. I would like to respond to Einstein, please. I would like to respond. Okay, Einstein.
Claiming a
Listen.
predator?
Of course, Wonder Woman will focus on the allegation instead of what it actually thinks.
Predator. You dumb bitch! I'm not talking about a real life goddamn sexual predator. I'm talking about a predator in the wild, like an animal. Have you ever seen a predator in animals, Wonder Woman? Or is predators
You
only fucking
stupid
sexually
bitch.
related to you?
Oh my
Now, I would like to respond to Einstein if that's all right with you.
God.
It's all right with you,
Insanity with you with the allegations that aren't true. What the fuck is wrong with you? You come up with
Can I
all
respond to
these
Einstein?
retarded allegations that aren't real. You are weird.
Weird. Okay, I feel like that's a nice place to have a breather. Let's read through some of these donos. If
How many more allegations can you make up? We got an hour left. You got any more in there? Because so far we're up to 3 of baseless, non-allegations.
What bitch?
so we have
Say it over
Exile
again.
Warrior.
Not a
tried to
victim
take
of
the
Donations.
predator.
Donations time. Get a breather. Think of other allegations or other threats that not threats. Jesus Christ, take that back. Whoop, not threats. Insults you can hurl at each other. Exile Warrior with the 5. If Glammy was rich, she would finally have a Switch 2 to play Mario Kart World with me.
Thank you, Exile.
We have Autismophrenic. Thank you so much for the membership. I'm glad that you got that all figured out for your Cash Cow membership. We have Callum who said put Glammy on now, LOL. Thank you so much, Callum. We have Siren Syrup with the $4.99. Beans got me acting up today. You can yell at me in VC. Also bought Peak. Yes, we're gonna play Peak one day. We have Billy Hill with the 5. Sweet Tea is wifey material. Nothing wrong with a hillbilly woman. Well,
Damn straight.
God damn, there's a lot. We have Autismophrenic with the $1.99. Beans high key got Chaos Agent expressions. We have Turtle Talk with the 5. Sweet Tea, you need to humble yourself, sweetie. We have AMAC talking smack with the 2, who says, Sweet Tea, you need to stabilize your laptop, please.
I know. I'm
So,
sorry, guys.
Autismophrenic with the $4.99. Beans for Tard Wrangling. Sweet Tea and Glammy is a hard lineup. But I'm having so much fun. We have Dr. Manhattan with the $1.99. So, like, free membership, please? And then we had Mr. Boom Boom Pow, Sugar Daddy, where you at? We have Ann Stein.
Sometimes when I cover the LCU, there's just days where I'm like, I have no clue what's going on half the time. When people ask me what the LCU is about, all I can say is, I don't even know myself. I don't even know, right? Right, half the time I'm just like, cool. Right? I guess there's more fighting. I guess the goth look is here to stay because some of y'all are just gooners for this stuff. I'm just here like, what's even happening? I guess. I mean, let's be real. Let's actually be real. Sweet Tea is right about Glammy. Like, if Glammy really was going to get fired, Keem would have completely put her ass. At the same time, there's Keemstar admitted that like Glammy is only around because C personally entertains Keem. So there's that. And that one-off slap from Beans toward Wonder Woman. Honestly, as I'm rewatching this and recording it and doing the way I'm doing it now, all I'm thinking is, damn, I wish I had more facial animations. I really wish I had more facial animation for this.
I want to clear it up. It's not even literally basically, he said that. He said that. Also, the same way he verbatim said that S1K beats me. He said that. I have screenshot proof of that if nobody believes me. But he said that verbatim.
Okay. All right. Can we?
In my opinion.
Can we never repeat that again? Because I hate you. That's
what he said.
I know, but just like, never let that come out of your breath unless people are paying for it. Fuck that. Because you don't need to relive that bullshit. I'm so fucking proud about you, how you handled that shit. Yeah, you probably shouldn't attack Desi, but I understand why you did. Simple as that. All right, keep going.
Yeah, she co-signed that bullshit.
I know.
He's illegal.
I'm not.
He's illegal.
You know he's not illegal.
Every illegal. Deport every illegal. Deport every illegal.
He's not illegal. Your grandstanding
on a point that doesn't exist. He ain't got no problem.
This is called a straw man. Boogie, this is a straw man tactic. I don't like that. What you said was
he is illegal. Deport him. If he's not, he's fine. I don't care.
He's a second American. Then why would you say it in the first place, Boog?
Because I was told by several people that he was, and I fucking voiced my opinion on that.
Several people have told me horrible things about you, and I don't believe them.
Now he'll hide behind the... This is
Got him.
exactly why we're doing this episode, because now he's going to hide behind the opinion thing. How many times did you get him? Every single time, bro. Every single time. And he just tries to deflect.
You see how, look, I'm going to let you guys know something. If you keep a calm voice, you start slaying people, you know what they start doing? No. Listen to me. No. You know what they're trying to do? They're trying to get you riled up on their level. Never take that route. You see? This whole time I kept this exact voice with them because I did it. I had to treat, this is my debate tactic. Treat them like they're a toddler and they don't understand. That's kind of what I did. Like, no, you shouldn't eat grass, Boogie. No, it's okay. Listen to me. All right? Boogie. Keep going.
If we get...
I love it.
If we get 3 oranges in the next 20 minutes...
I see you fucking scheming over there.
I will do a red... Well, $100 opinion, which are really bad.
Are you doing a fire sale?
Yeah, I'm doing a fire sale. So,
are you doing a fire sale?
If we get 3 oranges in the next 20 minutes, not only will you get those $20 opinion, you'll get 1 red opinion at the end of it.
And make sure you guys are putting your Nerd Nami picks either in the comments after the video. And everybody, I want you to literally, at the end of this, come back after live and put in my opinion. Don't say anything else. Just put IMO. I don't need to see that. NDF IMO.
What do you do? You spent 4 hours saying how much you believed in today.
Zay is upset at you and played receipts of you being accused.
Yeah, you sit there and you're like,
let me go ahead and talk, Boogie. Let me go ahead and talk to you. Let me hold it, Boogie.
I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you.
You don't have to. You don't have to.
You know why. I don't want to talk to you. I don't give a fuck about your opinion. The only opinion that I needed from you is that you think I'm an abuser. Go fuck yourself. The only opinion I needed from you...
If you didn't see me in the stream say...
The only opinion I needed from you is that you think I'm an abuser.
See how he's grandstanding?
Notice how neither one of us actually said that the entire stream. We said, this is what we could say about you with these clips, but we're not doing that because that's what you do about other people. And then he's still going to try and act like that's what you did, or that's what I didn't even do that.
I was in
But
Ultra
now,
Instinct
I will
mode
say
yesterday.
my real opinion.
Bro, can somebody make me art of me being in Ultra Instinct and Boogie like trying to hit me with these fucking straw man? I'm just
So nerds, yeah, let's get into nerds because nerds, besides them talking to Beans, a little bit to Glammy, a little bit to Wonder Woman, and even to Sweet Tea, got into this whole thing. They obviously they still wanted to finish off the whole topic about the whole situation between Zay, Boogie, the boyfriend, and Desi. Honestly, this is why you should never bring a relationship online. If you have a relationship, you should keep it private as best as you can and not really talk about it at all, right? Like no matter what, you should always remind yourself of that, right? Keep your personal life private and never let people know what you do in your own personal life because people will use it as a tool to throw it against you. And we've seen it a number of times. Hopefully, it can be like a life lesson that people can learn so they don't make the same mistake. But then again, from my own experience, people are not like that and they generally will make that kind of same mistake. Later on the stream, Boogie would end it 30 minutes early. Yeah, Boogie literally shut the stream down by a whole 30 minutes. I'm not even joking when I say that. I was just like, crazy. Crazy world we live in. Okay, we're done.
Attention, because when Congo Balls gets his membership, I need to know who it came from because I'm going to give them a Switch too. Like, this is annoying. We've been trying to do this for an entire month, get Congo Balls green, and it still hasn't happened. So, and I know for a fact that Congo Balls has the accept membership because he's a member on test, I think, right?
Yes, he is.
So he is a member on test, so he can clearly accept a membership. There's no scam here. It's just he doesn't get them. All right, listen, I got to get into this. Boogie, why the fuck did you end Nerds?
Well, I went into Nerds to
real quick, because there's a lot of people that don't watch Nerds. Just so you know, I'm getting ready for the show. 30 minutes before our show starts, I'm getting spammed in phone calls and text messages that Boogie went into the Nerds channel and ended their stream early.
Yes, sir. I went in, let's see, Nerds did 4 hours on me yesterday. I left them alone, let them do it. It's no big deal. Last night I said my final piece. I was hoping they said their final piece. Nah, they're good. They're not done dragging me. So in the last 15 minutes, the last 30 minutes, I thought I'd go in on their show, say what I needed to say, bridge the gap between our show, give them content, give us content. Everybody wins. They're in there calling me a pedophile, a child rapist. I figure I should be able to rebuke that, right? I should be able to talk about you thinking I'm banging children. That's the thing I should be able to refute. Nope. She instantly dragged me out.
Okay.
So
wait,
what?
Boogie.
What?
When you went into Nerds, what did you say?
Nothing. I couldn't. I instantly
You didn't get a chance to
down.
say anything.
Okay.
The second I was in it.
Okay, first of all, you're in trouble for ending their stream. But
I don't care.
They have to let you say a couple sentences at least. They can't just immediately drag you out.
She wants to cuck the content I'm trying to give her. I'll cuck her content. I got your content, sweetheart, right here up my fucking ass. Feel free to come get it. As long as, motherfucker, you want to cuck the content, I will cuck the content. I will set on that shit and smother it. I don't give a flying fuck. I'm one fat motherfucker.
Okay, real quick. Let me get caught up. Kinetic, thank you for the 1 bomb. Twisted Puppet, thank you for the 1 bomb. Breezy, thank you for the 5. We appreciate you. Ties, thank you for the 1. And Miss C, thank you for the 5. Guys, everybody gifting, thank you so much. Tools, Victorious, I missed you as well. And Sean Stewart, thank you, 18, for the 5 bomb. Okay. Here's the thing. I was mad at
No. Zay can talk about whoever she wants, right? Zay can drag whoever she wants. She can shit on you. She can shit on me. She can shit on everybody in the LCU, except no one's allowed to say anything about her. And also, you're not allowed to say anything about what she said about you, right? Well, then you don't get to say anything. I don't get to say anything. You don't get to say anything. That's how that works. Okay. I am standing up for everybody in the LCU, princess.
DB Tom 123, thank you for the one bomb. Rastov, let me ask your opinion on this. What do you feel about his justification? Vamp with the 5 bomb. That his justification that he went in there to confront Zay. Khan, thank you for the 5 bomb. That he went in there to confront Zay. Ian, thank you. Welcome to Cash Cow. Lily, thank you for the 5 bomb. Okay, he went in there to confront Zay because Zay's been running all these negative stories on him, and Zay didn't let him talk.
You legitimately made a rule a fucking long time ago. It was when you put in the 3 strikes rule for all the hosts, that hosts are allowed to jump in if they have...
Hey, so we are back with more stuff. So we're getting through now the LCL stuff. And they're kind of responding to the whole situation where Boogie decided to shut down their stream by a good 30 minutes, which was pretty crazy for the most part. Now I do think that them doing that was just a little ridiculous. But then again, like, it's this question, like, what's Boogie's angle? Did he genuinely care for, say, Zay? Does he care for Zay? I'm not really sure. It could be maybe he did it out of, like, pure spite against S1K. Like, there's also that question, like, whether or not S1K is legal or not. Alright, so let's kind of break it down, right? If he is, let's say, legal, then who cares? If he is an American citizen, who cares? Like, from what I can tell, that he looks like he's of, like, at least some type of Spanish origin. Like, maybe, like, some type of, like, maybe like Mexican or Central American, maybe South American, or he could be a Caribbean. Now, the reason I say that is because, like, S1K and Zay are from Florida. I believe they're from, like, the Miami area. So there's a chance that he can be of, like, of Cuban descent, right? Or some type of, like, Puerto Rican or Dominican, which, they do get their green card. I believe Cubans... somebody can correct me. I'm not sure if the program is still around. I'm aware that a lot of Cubans can still get their, like, green card if they come to America, right? Almost instantly, if not pretty fast. I know that also applies to, like, North Koreans as well, and I believe to Chinese as well, right? A lot of them get their green card pretty fast. I could be wrong. I could be, if not very outdated with the immigration process for those kind of countries. If he is illegal, well, I believe Zay would still be technically breaking the law, right? But if he is illegal, he would have been arrested by now. So that theory that Boogie is sort of prompting from the other, like, people from the Discord is like, well, no, again, in my eyes, like, if you're harboring some illegal, then, like, should probably get some type of punishment, especially if you're new for a very long time. But again, I don't think Zay, in and herself, has an illegal. Like, I just don't see that. I feel like Zay would be a lot smarter than that. And again, like, if we're going up by his ethnicity, he's probably at least of some type of Hispanic descent. But in the end, like, I just think Boogie is going after them because, first off, maybe he thought he was doing something good, but then knowing that this is Boogie, this could be, like, a dumb move on his end. That's how I see it, really. Maybe if, the question will be, is Keem involved? I really doubt Keem is really involved in anything. I think he just doesn't care. Like, if he's in illegal, I think he just doesn't really care. The whole abuse thing, I think he would care, but I think after, like, all the stuff relating to Becky and all that stuff, I think he doesn't want to be too involved in people's relationships because how that played out. Plus, it would look bad on him. Right? Let's say he does accuse S1K of being an abuser, and he does, and it would look bad on him. It will be a whole situation. So I think he's just like, nah, I'm not gonna say much unless I have to.
In everybody's fucking mind since I goddamn sent it.
No,
All it was being a goddamn t-shirt.
because you will pick me who nobody want to pick. And then
My
you're
show's
telling
doing
me
pretty
that
good. How about yours, Glenn?
Jesus Christ. All right, where's Sweetie at? She here?
Yes.
Sweet Tea, I'm going to be honest. It was hard to follow all that and understand really what's going on. So tell us, what's going on at Dolls exactly?
Well, you know how Wonder Woman has been an intern and everything. I don't think that she's been doing a very good job. And, you know, it's fun to have her there for us to bounce off of and everything. But when I heard that they wanted to switch, or, you know, that Glammy wanted to be on Dolls, I remembered when she was on Dolls the last time, she was saying, oh, I can talk about fashion and stuff here, and I could never do that on Tech Talk because nobody ever paid or liked it or watched. And she was bitching about how CD made more money than her on Tech Talk and that she wasn't doing good. I was thinking, if she goes on Dolls and I'm not there, she might freaking take over. So I had to show that I'm, you know, fighting for my position. I felt like.
Good. That's what you need to do. And that's what I told you to do. But you were putting out some crazy conspiracies.
I probably did. I don't even remember half of what I said, and I rewatched it and everything. I was like constantly trying to, you know, talk and say stuff.
Who do you think's out to get you? Obviously, Glammy. Do you think Wonder Woman's out to get you? Do you think?
Oh yeah.
Do you think Beans is out to get you?
No, I think Beans is my ally.
Do you think Brantley's out to get you?
Kinda. A little bit.
Interesting.
Just because she wanted Glammy on Dolls and she was saying that I was a tomboy and I wasn't being a doll and I don't dress right for the show and all that. And I thought I was dressing good, you know, and today was like the goth day, so I wore me a little bit of Death Note. Nice. And you know, on Death Note, you know how Light says, I am justice. That's how I felt when I was having the argument with Glammy. I was thinking in my head, I am justice.
You did sell it that you were going to pop off, and you did pop off. I was very impressed.
Well, you don't think you and CD-ROM would do okay?
I think you guys would kill.
I don't even care if at this point I don't even care if we would do okay together because that's a Glammy show. She needs to clean up her own shit. Dolls is my show. I want to make my show work. I don't give a crap about her show.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you so much. I just wanted to get your perspective on all that.
Thank you, Keem.
Yep. Oh, man.
Do you have a weakness for Glammy?
We have Sweet Tea stirring up the shit just a little bit with the rest of her co-hosts or Glammy. Now, I do think that it's true that I think Glammy needs to clean up her own shit on Tech Talk, and it is true that Glammy did get pretty mad about CD-ROM making a lot more money than her. But I think it's just because of personality and you putting the effort. It's really funny when we think about it because like CD-ROM sometimes doesn't look like he's putting much effort, yet people still enjoy the content. And I think mostly because like where Glammy, I think she's a lot better compared to when she first started. I think most people kind of have to agree with that, whether they like it or not. Now, how much she's improved, or how much she got better, is up in the air. That right there, I'll let you debate and question. But on the other hand, with Wonder Woman, I mean, like Wonder Woman doesn't really do much, and like as being said, like none of these people really like. They don't have a lot of energy. They don't have a lot of energy. They don't really have a lot of things going on for them most of the time. It seems like a lot of the time they just, at least that isn't Beans, right? At least like Sweet Tea, Glammy, and Wonder Woman, a lot of the time they just, it's like whatever, like a nothing burger. Right? Right? That's how it kind of feels. I don't know. Let's move on.
Holy shit! Holy shit, yo mama. We may have seriously killed this man. Seriously, he may not make it back from this. Oh, I see a shoe. I saw one shoe. That is it. Uh-oh. There's part of his skirt.
Oh shit. Angie.
Okay.
Angie, how would you like it if I called you every fucking hour on the hour to give you an idea of a show?
Well, first of all, I done cussed you out.
Okay.
And then
She did
I be
that.
unblocked
She
you.
did that. She did.
You be blocked. You be blocked. This is what you do. Hold on. Where's mine?
Okay.
Right
do
here.
it. All right. Write it down.
It's a
Karen.
notebook.
Yes,
It's
Karen.
a notebook.
Is that what this is?
Then you don't need to call.
Well, no,
You ain't
that's
gotta
why I have to
call her all the
call her
time.
and tell her. I have to call her and
You
tell
ain't
her.
gotta call.
Every time I write something down, I call her.
It's okay,
She needs to get more
girl.
into this. She needs to own this show. This is the Tina fucking D
You
show.
don't
She is
know.
the queen.
And what you're doing is pushing the queen away.
What?
You
I'm
are telling
sorry.
her. You're telling her. I don't. No, you're overdoing it, Gidgy. You're like, bam! I'm the fucking host already. I'm ready, y'all. You without going through, much of a tryout, without having to do everything that we have done. You're the host. You're the host, babe. But you've done nothing. Nothing. We've been put through the fucking ringer, man.
And I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry.
No, you ain't.
Oh, I guess
Because
I'm
you
not.
still ain't done nothing. You're still having. Your mama is making the money.
Yes, he is, and thank God
He's
for
the
that.
one up
Yes,
here
he is.
What are you doing?
What would you
That's
like me to do?
That's what. It ain't me.
You know what I'm
It is
doing?
your
I'm
audience.
Doing, you know what I'm doing? I'm doing what Mike and Keem told me to do.
Well, Tina, I'm sorry. The higher ups have spoken.
Oh, Tina, damn! People want you to do a job. Holy shit! They want Tina D off the couch.
You need to do a job too. You can get her off the couch, Gidgy.
Okay, educate me. Educate me. Show me how to do it. Show me. Be her host. She needs a host that will make her some money.
You've already claimed that role, ma'am.
I've claimed that. I'm sorry.
That's why the rest of us have.
I can
Except for
claim
last
a
night, I
role.
lost it. Excuse me, I'm talking. The rest of us have sat back because you have stepped in and you've pretty much claimed it without running. You've done nothing. But here you are, loud and proud, girl.
I mean, until somebody tells me not to be, why not? So we just sit here and keep watching Tina
it's becoming
with
the
no
Gidgy
bra.
show.
I'm
It's
not
becoming
asking
the
it to
Gidgy
be.
show.
Okay, Tina, entertain us.
You are asking it. You are.
Okay, all right. So
we
what's
only
Tina
hear
gonna
you.
do? Okay, what's Tina gonna do? What does Tina do? I'm waiting. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll be quiet. I'm waiting. What does Tina do?
I must not do enough, so I won't be making you no money, Gidgy.
I'm not asking you to make me money. I'm here not making a dime.
Right now.
No, your mama is.
Exactly. No, your mama's not either. He's here for free too.
No, what I mean is he's making the money for the show. Oh,
right.
No, you're right, Tina. You're right, Tina. No, you're right.
I got paid.
So
you did get paid.
The last time I checked, you can't just claim a role in the LCU.
Okay, what kind of membership goals do we have?
Leave
Where's
it
the
to
membership
Beezer.
goal?
Angie uploaded 1999. And that
Thank
is
you.
Leave It to Beezer. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are, hang on, how close are we to our goal? We are $5 away from our goal. $5 away from that goal, and Tina D will do a video tomorrow. $5, y'all. Come on, for a Tina D video, that is cheap. Look, Angie, I'm trying to learn just like you guys did. I'm not trying to come in and take anything. Tina D asked for me to come up. I came up. We've known each other for a long time. I figured I could help out. That's what I'm trying to do. If I'm horrible, I have no doubt I'll get feedback of that and I will step down. But if I'm offered a position to come in here and do this, why wouldn't I take it? I'm not going to wait for some.
So, Glady, I don't know how you say her name properly. Gilf Lady on the top right. Started to give proper criticism to Tina, and there's always been an issue with Tina not taking criticism, not taking shit, right? I understand that Tina has been on YouTube for a long time, and this is something that I agree heavily with Becky and other people who criticize Tina, is that Tina has been on this platform much longer than most people, yet she never really earned, or really, not that she earned, but really she hasn't really gained a lot of success, bar from being, anything that outside of AGP, she never was really successful. Everything within the AGP community, she's always been quite successful. Even then, right? Even then. And she never really grew or really developed compared to most content creators I've seen that has been around for a long time. Most content creators nowadays are like retired or they're still doing what they do in their community, right? Tina hasn't really ever been like that, and it's always interesting to see people give proper criticism and give Tina points on what she can do to make the show better, but she doesn't take it. She's just sitting there, and you got these idiots who are always like, dick riding, sucking her off, and glazing her constantly. And like everybody's so scared of giving Tina any form of like criticism or any form of like point that she can really learn from everybody. Like One Bob, Xylee, Boogie, the list goes on of people who, and I get it, quote unquote, Tina keeps it real or some dumb shit like that. But in the end, it's like you can keep it real and still be successful, but like you're not really doing both, right? Like outside of Queen, she's really not well known, and even in the AGP community, she's probably more well known in maybe in like the Angry Grandpa channel, right, or Kid Behind the Camera channel, right. But besides that, she's only really gained more success when she was collaborating with the lolcowlive universe at this point. So in my head, it's like, Tina, like if you want to grow the channel, if you want to make Queens a lot better, make more money, you gotta do things, you gotta listen to the people, you gotta be more active. Even like Kid Behind the Camera, Michael even tells her the same thing, like, hey, you gotta listen to this new host. You gotta listen to her because at least he's trying to make things better. And Tina probably would never make things better because Tina's an idiot. Like Tina thinks he knows better. And like again, this is something I would give Becky a lot of props for because to deal with her, but also like regardless of how you guys feel about Becky, and I mean my opinion clear, I've always stated that, you can always not like somebody, right? You can, you don't need to like somebody, but when you feel like when they deserve their props, when they deserve their flowers or the pointers, whatever, you gotta give it to them. Like even if you hate them, you gotta give them props, right? And I think Tina doesn't want to accept things. Like Tina doesn't want to accept that she needs to change. She needs to do better. Now you could say that, well, her new co-host or the intern, the lady on the right, well, she hasn't done anything. Well, to be fair, she's just started. I mean, do you think Angie would have been better? Not really. Do you think most other hosts would have been better? No. Even Michael agreed that Gleed, whatever her name is a lot better for the show, and she's much more entertaining, and she keeps the show going. Like I don't want another person that comes in and just dick right Tina and they don't do anything for the whole show. And Tina expects people to just give her money. Like it's kind of trashy if you want my opinion. It is very trashy because she won't accept that she gotta do stuff to make things better for her. I don't know. I feel like if you want to make your show much better and want to do things, you need to have a co-host not on the same level as Becky, but at least willing to fight back. And the problem is oh gosh, that's not even English. The problem is that too many people dick right Tina, especially among the hosts, and none of them, again, maybe bar from like the only one I can think of is they and Keem, and maybe like other hosts, maybe like one or two other hosts, right? Sweet Tea probably are the only people that actually have the balls to criticize Tina and actually say what they want, right? All other hosts just decorate her and they don't do anything to make Queens better. It's like I don't know, like in a way, I don't want Queen to fail in the sense that I get I cover them, so it'd be kind of it would be a hit on my end, but at the same time, if Queen does fail and goes away, well, it makes sense. Like, if anything, I'm more towards like, hey, if it does go away, it makes more sense. And in a way, I'm perfectly fine with that too.
Approached me with it, and I was like, yeah, okay, I'm down.
Okay. Hey, Brantley.
Hi, just wanted to say yes, I technically approached Glammy first before I even approached Beans or anyone else because Glammy Lammy, like, it was technically her idea that she wanted.
Yeah,
And-
I remember we talked about it at Fat Camp when she
At Fat
wanted
Camp,
what she
yeah.
wanted to do. Yeah.
Because you had
Yeah.
asked me, which is what I had said today on Dolls, was that originally we had Beans, me, and Brantley at the table, and we were just fucking around. We were just like, you know, doing like
Right.
was it like a test thing or something? We were just
It
fucking around.
was.
We
It
were
was just to check the equipment and stuff, and that worked so well. Like, it was amazing. So I already knew that I wanted to make a girly girl show. But at that time, whenever Dolls started, it was a very unavailable for Glammy. It was very inconvenient.
Right.
Because
Well,
of
no,
the
it was
timing.
that I was on Nerds at the time,
Also-
and then I got off that, and then I got put on gaming, and it was just the way that it went. So by the time Dolls had happened, I ended up being with CD on Tech.
Let me also clear up that I don't want Glammy, or I don't want Sweet Tea gone. That's not a
I
thing.
don't either.
But I'm saying, if it works, I'm trying to give a shot for Glammy so that she has a little bit of a shot, and I just need Sweet Tea to like kind of fill in
She
for
had
right
her
now.
shot today.
Just to let that happen. Just to let that little bit of shine, because I already
She
know
had
it
her
works.
shot today.
I already know that it works with Glammy, Sweet Tea, and Beans.
That's who
already
I think
know.
should be the show.
But
I think it should be Beans, Glammy, and Sweet Tea.
I don't disagree with you at all. I don't. But my thing is that we have to test things out, because there's no one for CD-ROM right now. And if everyone thought that Glammy was so great for the little thing that they had going on, then they're gonna love what Sweet Tea has to bring.
I mean,
They're
there
gonna
is
love
Ultra.
it.
You have been coming after me since day one, girl.
I don't mean
just like, and I don't have anything against you. That's the thing. I
You
come
had
away
your
from
chance to
everything-
prove yourself today on Dolls, and you let me walk all over you.
Actually,
talking
Sweet
about?
Tea, I'm going to be honest. Wait a minute.
There was so many
Glammy, hold on.
It was 50-50.
Yeah,
to be honest.
honestly, Glammy kind of stepped up today, and it was a great show with
The
you and
fact
Glammy
that it
going
even
back
was
at it.
you should say all you need to know, because I haven't been here long enough to be as good as she should be. She
But
should be
Sweet
70,
Tea,
80,
without all
90%
this
better.
shit, without all this shit going on, you wouldn't have had that fire underneath your ass. Because I know you, Sweet Tea. You need a little bit of push. You always like that little bit of fire.
Ken, you did great, and I told you you did great.
fucking great.
Except for the weird allegations you came out with. That was weird. I counted them. There were 8. That was weird. But other than that, you did a really great job. And I even told you that.
Now,
Anything against me, I don't give a shit.
Gwen,
You
who's a
good.
crown here, says from memory, even before Fat Camp, Glammy, Wonder Woman, Kyrie, and Brantley were playing around with a Dolls type show with fashion, girly topics, etc.
That's true.
Cheers to you, Gwen.
Yeah.
Thank
That
you,
was way
Gwen.
before you got here. Yes, thank you.
And I knew that, like, you wanted to be on a show, Sweet Tea. I knew. And I knew that you'd be good on Dolls. My thing right now is that I need to test if Glammy and Beans are gonna do good if you're not fucking there. Cause you're you tend to come out. Like you tend to not show up on time. Or like sometimes like some things will happen. That some things will happen. Just what life happens, dude. So I just need to make sure that somebody else that knows OBS will be able to sit there and run the show.
I'm
with
getting
you
Zeta to
on
be on
hand.
OBS on Saturday. She said she would do it.
Now,
That's
Sweet
great.
Tea,
That's
Sweet
great. I'm
Tea,
glad. Thank God.
Sweet
Good
Tea, are
job.
you worried that if you are not there, that they might do better without you, and that's why you're fighting so hard for?
Well, I'm a host on Dolls. I'm not a host on TikTok. Glammy is the host on TikTok. I feel like she should be working on her own show and let me work on mine.
So,
Sweet Tea, let me
This is
say
the thing.
this.
I
Let me
came
say
to
this.
her.
Let
I
me say
came
this
to-
real quick.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Sweet Tea, I have to say this. Today was your best performance on Dolls since you started. Swear to
Oh,
God.
yeah.
I was able to watch. Today was the first episode that I was able to watch from beginning to the end.
So yeah, rewind doing the rewind usual crap as always. I'm surprised Glammy's even up this late. I'd actually at least fall asleep by now. And Sweet Tea coming out to Glammy is pretty hilarious. I guess somewhere in the middle, Brantley is there. With the very shock that Brantley is even allowed to move move hosts around to different shows. I didn't realize that until now. I didn't realize Keem gave her that much power, which is quite ridiculous. Like, why are you doing stuff like that? I mean, I guess you want to be more of a producer and stuff of that nature, but it's like, you know, you do realize you're gonna start making yourself into a target. Now, whether or not this is Sweet Tea's best performance, I'm gonna be real with you. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I mean, is it better than Glammy? It's not hard to be better than Glammy. Let's be fair, but it's not hard to be better than Wonder Woman because I'm not gonna like as I said, like Wonder Woman's the sweet lady and all that stuff. And this particular stream they had was entertaining, but it's like bar from that, it's about keeping up that same energy day after day after day. It's maybe once in a while let it like, I don't feel like being active. You know, like a chill stream. There's nothing wrong with that. It's also funny how Xylee for once it's like kind of glazing Sweet Tea, even though they both hate each other. Poor Billy is like, what am I doing with my life? I don't like. He's like, I get paid enough. No, Billy it's like, damn, I know I make money, but I need to make more money. I don't want to deal with these women. You can just tell that he does not want to be there at all. You can tell that it's not even that he feels uncomfortable. He's just like, I don't want to be here with these women. He's like, I want to be out. I want to do my show. I don't want to deal with 4 highly emotional women who are all probably unstable, maybe bar from like Brantley. But like, you can tell that like any moment something's gonna happen. You can just tell by just Billy's facial reaction. Like, please end my life now. In Minecraft, YouTube.
Anyone could do the fake fucking sounds, bro. You were full of shit.
You want me to send you a photo?
I don't want to see a photo of the pace you spat out to
Shut
try
the
and
fuck
scam
up.
the audience.
You're not. Scam the audience.
You can keep trying to use my sobriety against me, but the difference is I never scammed them for that. I delivered every bit of content I said I was going to deliver. I showed every bit of content that I said I was going to deliver. So what's the situation? How am I on drugs? Prove it. Pay for a drug test and I'll do it, pussy. Pay for a drug test.
We've got another Sweet Tea making accusations.
I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out and I'll do it. I don't bother me. I'll do it live on air. I'll do it live on air. I don't give a fuck.
Josh, can I see what your face actually looks like? Stop hiding behind those big ass sun fucking glasses.
Why, you scared? You take your glasses off then, cunt.
Yeah,
you
take your glasses
beady-eyed
off,
bitch.
Oh, take your glasses off, cunt.
And I have beautiful eyes.
Yeah, you're fucking ugly.
Are you sure about that? You saying that to me when you look like one of them bald chinians from Men in Black, bro? Let me tell you what you look like. Bro,
okay.
Bro, you look like one of these, bro.
Bro, are you always this wrong, or is tonight special for you?
I don't know, dude. You're coming at me, and you look like one of these motherfuckers? That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. That's you right there with your fucking curls, bro. And you coming at me, bro? That's actually mental. Look at that motherfucker.
Oh, that's so funny.
You, bro.
That's so funny.
You bitching about the chicken nuggets, and you gonna come at me for my looks, bro?
That's so
Shut
funny.
the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up, Ron Weasley.
You're a cross between fucking Bald Chinian and Peter Griffin,
Okay.
you tubby
No.
bitch.
Yeah, okay.
That's
Let me
crazy,
let me
dude.
find you.
That's crazy. Like, all you could say is like, oh yeah, you're back in the drugs, dude. You're back in the drugs. Is that it?
Give me one
You
second.
fucking built like the Michelin Man, dude. Shut the fuck up.
I just wish you would say everything faster so it hurt less, honestly.
Right, okay, so you got like a little South Park character, bro.
That's you,
Okay.
That's
Okay.
you.
All right, bro.
That's you.
Who the fuck is
Oh.
Okay.
Oh no, Nightmare. They made a South Park episode with him apparently.
All right, dude. Well, I'd be honored to be on South Park episode, but yours wasn't so flattering. I'll be honest with you. This is you. Okay? This is you, dude. How about that? This is you if you were a South Park character. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that was something. We got this guy who Nightmare wants as his new replacement of Grim and Fat Grim. Fat Grim is like desperately trying to still be around Tess, because they were doing kind of okay for a little bit of time. You can just tell that like Nightmare's like, yeah, your time is up, fatty boy. You look like Eric Cartman. No, not Eric Cartman. You look like Kyle Labrowski's cousin. Kyle. That's what you look like. Ultra wide lore, ultra wide come lore, Y lord, big lore. I don't know where I'm going with this, but damn, when I'm just like, is he gonna replace Y lord? Maybe. I guess they can finally call it Local British or Local Britannia or Local UK. That would actually be a pretty cool rebranding because that would make a lot more sense. I don't know, but all I do know is we are at the end of this video. Till next time, ladies and gentlemen, God bless.